Are the Eagles cooked? Are they cooked? Were they cracked in a fucking pan, fried up, and served?
See, the thing is, this feels like a trap because I'm not going to say that they're cooked. Like that's just it could be way too much of a trap. That's like meme fuel.
If
they go on with the whole thing, I can't.
We haven't put in an edit. We've been putting an edit before.
I can't set myself up for meme fuel. But what I will say is, over the past 2 years, they've never felt more cooked. They never felt more fried in a pan. And I think, if anything, you could definitely. It leads back to one thing. It's the fact that this defense has been an absolute shell of itself, and the offense too. But the offense is still holding weight, where it's like the defense is just like.
Yeah, but even if the defense was performing how it should, obviously, I do not think we would be talking about the Eagles nearly as much as we are and most people are. But there are definitely chemistry issues on the offense right now. And I saw a report that came out. So you know who, Patricia is now the DC. Before it was Sean Desai. Sean Desai is a disciple of Vic Fangio, who was once in Chicago. Then I believe Desai went to Seattle, and then he's in Philadelphia. It came out that basically the players didn't believe Desai could handle it. So that is why I believe they went to Patricia. Well, now you're seeing the same thing on offense with Brian Johnson, who is apparently one of Jalen Hurts' family friends. He knows him. I don't know the exact connection, but maybe not the best person for that job, such a high-powered offense.
Yeah, I mean, no, it's just I can't believe the Eagles would break the cardinal rule of business, essentially, where it's like, why would you bring somebody that was, and if you started with them, it's different, but it's like, then that's just like, that's a nepotism. Yeah. And then people around it start to feel weird about it. It's like, wait a minute. And I'm not saying he didn't deserve the job to have an offensive coordinator job. It's not what I'm saying at all. I'm sure the man has worked very hard and he's deserves a spot. All I'm saying is when you put him with someone in his family, it gets a little bit weird.
Well, also, I want to make this very clear. I don't think Jalen Hurts has been playing elite, but it's definitely not like a Jalen Hurts thing.
Well, he went from being MVP halfway through the year to, I don't know, PVM. And he reversed. Like, it's like, not, and like, I don't even know what else to say. And I'm not that he, again, that's where it's like, I don't want to be clear though. I'm not putting this all on Jalen Hurts. Like, yes, right. Jalen Hurts is clearly not the same version of himself last year. I think he's kind of laboring out there a little bit more, but that's getting too much attention where I think it has much more to do with the fact that the offense is just not good right now. No. It's not the fact that he's laboring that makes it not good. It's the fact that it's just not good. And then him not being fully healthy on top of it is just cherry on top.
I mean, he still has 3,800 passing yards, 600 rushing yards, and a total of 38 touchdowns between the two. The issues with him have been more of the turnovers. But yeah, A.J. Brown, not over 100 receiving yards in 4 straight weeks. Julio Jones with 2 touchdowns. What the fuck?
That is just what the fuck. Like in 2024 now. I mean, it didn't happen in 2024, but
I think a more surprising thing though is like 1 sack on the day for the Eagles, and that's all we heard about in the offseason was, oh my God, the Eagles got Jalen Carter, like their line is over with. And like their offensive line is getting older, their defensive line is getting older, and it's like if these guys don't step up all the way, like I don't know. I just
with Jalen's contract,
I'm very interested to see. I don't see the Eagles winning the Super Bowl. I don't see them making it back. Just so interesting to see what they'll be next year.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a very, very interesting offseason. The Super Bowl.
Going over to the Cardinals, franchise QB Kyler Murray, something that was not talked about at the beginning of the year. Everyone thought that he was gone. The Eagles. I mean, when we were doing the game picks, I picked Philly, but I was like, this is going to be a Dallas-Arizona game, just like the beginning of the year. It just felt like it, and it was.
It was insane. I think, yeah, I just got to give shouts to where it's due on the Cardinals. We'll start with the negative. A 0-sack day for the Cardinals, again, I think really re-highlights. Pass rush has got to be such a heavy focus upcoming in this draft.
And they still won.
And they still won, but they got to hammer home on these pass rushers. Because you got good rotational guys. You got good guys you can have, like B.J. Ojolari. Like, I like the young guys you have. But I don't think he moves the needle for me as a guy you want to have in there every down or like early downs. Like you got to have guys in there for different situations. The Cardinals, you got to get edges, not even just pass rushers. You got to have guys that can set the edge a little bit better.
That's why I think it's best for them to trade out.
No, I agree completely. And then also just the Trey McBride train still rolling. Hasn't had a game under 5 receptions since Kyler returned. And then finally, I just want to say, Michael Carter on minimal touches very productive in the Cardinals uniform. I had a feeling when the Jets let him go, it's kind of like, what are they doing?
Yeah, it was weird.
It's another decision where you're looking at the Jets this year and you're kind of like, who's making the fucking decisions out here? But I won't get back to the Jets.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they had Izzy Abaconda, but he fumbled on that kickoff recently. But anyway, James Conner's been playing well as well. I think the Cardinals, as bad as they are, they're probably one of the least worst. The least bad teams.
Oh yeah, and they have a great feeling around the future.
The culture.
Yeah, like it's like this feels like we're heading the right direction.